Rain is on the way, lots of rain potentially on Saturday. We'll talk about how much to expect and when it will end.
I'm Megan Sanctorum. We'll tell you how IMPD is working with the community to use technology like this to keep you safe.
It's a detriment to the community, and it's a health hazard, a safety hazard.
A woman calls RTV6 after waiting months for a collapsed building to be torn down. Tonight, we are working for you and getting answers.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
We begin now at 5 with rain on the way. Lots of gray and gloomy skies right now, but what you see on the radar is a sign of a very soggy Saturday. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is tracking the timing tonight. Hey, Kev.
And that's the key, Amanda. It's part of your Saturday, not our Friday night. I'll come back to the Friday night forecast here in a second. Let's just jump right into your weekend, and it's a split weekend. Saturday will be filled with rain as moisture's already streaming straight north from the Gulf of Mexico. But as you can see so far, sitting south of the Ohio River, that's likely to stay that way till probably 3 or 4 in the morning in southern Indiana, and then work its way to the north. Rainfall potential, certainly could see some 3-inch rainfall amounts. This is over probably a 12 to 16 hour stretch, so I think flooding will be localized, and I think the rates will be spread out, so it won't just be coming all in one storm, so to speak. We're not expecting any severe weather. You rarely guarantee anything. Computer model is, though, 100% chance for rain as we get into the morning and afternoon hours tomorrow. As we go to 11 o'clock tonight, a couple of sprinkles down to the south as we go through the overnight. The rain coming north first thing in the morning. By mid-morning and early afternoon, widespread rainfall, some pockets where it's a little bit heavier. That's just getting us to the afternoon. As far as our rainfall potential, remember I mentioned a 1 to 3 inch range. The axis of heaviest rain continues with each model run to move around. But as you can see, good soaking rain for all of us with isolated heavier amounts. Amanda?
Tonight, GM workers can get back to work. We just learned that members of the United Auto Workers have approved a new contract, ending a 40-day strike that crippled GM's U.S. production. Voting ended about an hour ago on the agreement reached last week. There are about 7,000 UAW workers at GM plants in Kokomo, Marion, Fort Wayne, and Bedford. According to the Facebook pages of 2 UAW unions in our area, workers in Marion ratified the contract, while Kokomo did not. But again, based on the nationwide vote, the contract is ratified. Tonight, a suspended priest of the Catholic Archdiocese of Indianapolis is criminally charged in Hamilton County in a sexual abuse case involving a minor. 32-year-old Father David Marcotte is charged with 3 felonies: child solicitation, vicarious sexual gratification, and dissemination of matter harmful to minors. And according to court documents, the juvenile victim was around 15 when this started and continued for about 18 months. Marcotte allegedly sent inappropriate pictures to the juvenile victim and engaged in sexual conduct via various social media platforms. He was suspended from ministry in February when the Archdiocese learned of the allegations. He was ordained in June of 2014 and has since worked in a number of ministry assignments, including St. Francis and Clare Parish in Greenwood, St. Malachy in Brownsburg, and chaplain at Roncalli. Some local businesses are already signing up for a new program to increase safety in our city. It's called B-Link Indy and was just announced this week. Megan Sanctorum spoke with one of those businesses on how it works and why they say it is so important.
Every day, cameras like this are rolling, capturing footage of things happening at shopping centers and in neighborhoods. When crime occurs, investigators often reach out to get copies of that footage, but that's not always a quick process. Now, IMPD is working to speed it up. They're doing that with a new program called B-Link Indy. Businesses can give permission for the department to have live or real-time access to the video. If someone calls 911 in the area, officers will be able to watch the incident as it unfolds with just a few clicks on the computer. One of the first businesses to sign up is Goodwill. You can see cameras set up outside their store on 38th Street. The president and CEO there tells us he's excited about the program. He said it won't just benefit the store, but the community as a whole.
To have quick and reliable access to video is imperative for investigations. Goodwill has existing cameras, and that's what was great about this process. We already had a system in place, worked with IMPD to put a couple other cameras up to be more outward facing.
Shoppers and people living in the area tell us they think this program is a great idea.
It helped lower the crime, and like I said, so much stuff going around today, you know, and I would feel safer.
I mean, this is our future, our kids. I mean, this is where we live at. This is where we go to work to protect. Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
People with security cameras outside their home are also able to sign up. All they have to do is report where their camera is. Investigators will then know where to start when looking for video. If you're interested in signing up for the program, we'll have more information listed on our website. Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
Thank you, Megan. And tonight we know the name of a man who died after he was stabbed on the south side. The coroner identified him as 18-year-old Nathan Kane Henry. The stabbing happened around 2 a.m. at some apartments on Buckridge East Road near Southport Road and Madison Avenue. When officers arrived, they learned Henry had already been taken to the hospital where he died. If you have any information about this case, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. They don't want an eye for an eye, but they do want justice. The family of a man killed by gun violence is pleading for answers right now. We sat down with the parents of 21-year-old Deontez Locke, who was found shot to death in his car on the northwest side of Indianapolis Saturday morning near 21st and North Dexter Street. So far, there have been no arrests, but Locke's parents say someone must know something. Locke's mother says she's tired of the blood feuds spawned by murders like this. They don't want more vigilant violence. They just want lawful justice.
Taking someone out, that's easy. No, I want them to hurt. You know, I want them to hurt like we're hurting, you know.
To all the young black men out there, put the guns down. You know, it's just not worth it. I hope no parent has to ever endure the pain that we're going through right now.
IMPD urges you to call if you have any information, but if you want to stay anonymous, you can report what you know via Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS and be eligible for a cash reward if it lands an arrest. A special prosecutor will now lead the investigation into the deadly shooting of a man by 2 IMPD officers. Deshaun Downing was shot August 2nd during a traffic stop. IMPD said at the time that officers shot Downing after he allegedly showed a gun during that stop. Prosecutor Ryan Mears said he made the request for a special prosecutor to avoid an appearance of impropriety. Mark Hollingsworth, the chief deputy prosecuting attorney in Jackson County, will investigate and determine if any charges will be filed. RTV6 is working for you, getting answers about the future of a collapsed building in Wayne County. A woman reached out to RTV6 wanting to know what's being done after months of waiting for the building to be demolished. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is finding out why there has been a delay.
The building here on the corner of Cumberland and Davis Streets in Dublin collapsed on July 12th, and you can still see there was a large pile of debris. And one woman who works right across the street tells me this is unsafe for the entire community. She's asking the question, when will it be torn down?
I just think it's an eyesore, and I think it's a shame.
Bricks, wood, and everything that was once inside this old building is now scattered all over the yard and street in Dublin. Built in the 1800s, the town's building commissioner says the building was ancient and collapsed on July 12th. It's unclear why, but what is clear is the mess left behind. Patricia McDaniel owns an antique shop across the street and says customers always ask about the building.
The first thing they say to me is, what is the matter with that building? How long has it been? It's an eyesore. It was 15 weeks today, 105 days, almost a third of a year. And so I'm just really frustrated.
A Town of Dublin spokeswoman says the owner asked for an additional 2 weeks beyond the August 25th 30-day notice that he was given to tear down the unsafe building, but he was unable to get anything done. The town has now taken over the project. A Newcastle company is expected to begin demolition next week. Working for you in Wayne County, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Thanks, Nicole. If you have a problem and you're not getting the answers you need, reach out to us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. Only on RTV6, the Call 6 investigation has found that millions of dollars in federal training dollars are going unused. It's a story we broke on Good Morning Indiana. We began looking into this issue as the Schneider plant in Peru is preparing to shut down next year. Currently, employees are being laid off in waves. RTV6 learned that many workers statewide facing a similar situation and who also are eligible to receive federal training assistance are not tapping into the program. Some are opting out either by retiring or finding a new job. Overall, less than 1/3 of people are applying for the programs and leaving on average more than $22,000 on the table. The Indiana Department of Workforce Development is concerned that Hoosier workers are not taking advantage of dollars meant to help them. The state agency is launching a social media campaign and taking other efforts to increase the number of Hoosiers who connect with the dollars meant to help them land new jobs.
TAA is such a critical program because it has a vast menu of services available to them. There's really something in the program for everyone, regardless of where they are in their life, age-wise, or education or employment history. There's something there that can benefit anyone in their goals for employment and training.
DWD is also improving its mailers and making phone calls to those impacted workers to increase the number who should benefit from thousands of dollars in training assistance. We will keep up on top of this story. Indiana is reporting the second flu-related death of the season. The State Department of Health did not identify where the patient lived, but we do know that this person and the death reported last week in Marion County are both age 65 or older. The report describes flu activity in the state as sporadic and minimal. Everyone 6 months and older is encouraged to get a flu shot. The CDC recommends getting the shot by the end of October if possible, but any time during the flu season is beneficial. And to help you accomplish that, there will be a free flu shot clinic tomorrow at the Irvington Halloween Festival. It's for anyone 18 and over. The clinic will be held from 9 to 3 on the plaza in front of the Irvington Library across from Giacomo's Pizza. The clinic is planned to take place rain or shine. Still ahead at 5:30 on RTV6, a house destroyed. What actually caught fire first and then spread to a Columbus family's home. But first, tasting freedom. Why actress Felicity Huffman is out of prison a few days early.
And we're dry on this Friday evening. You know the story for tomorrow, and the rain will come with strong winds gusting over 30 miles per hour as well. The whole weekend is not a washout, though.
TV bundle. Now to Democracy 2019, and starting tomorrow in Marion County, there will be 4 more locations where you can vote early. Early voting will begin Saturday at the Washington, Perry, and Warren Township Government Centers in Cranor Park. You will be able to vote there every day through November 3rd. Early voting continues at the Marion County Clerk's Office through noon November 4th. This is a municipal election, meaning you'll be casting votes in mayor and council races and some school referendums. Now to Washington, where the Justice Department has launched a criminal case in the Russia investigation. This comes as the president takes aim at a key witness in a different investigation who testified on Capitol Hill this week. ABC's Rachel Scott has the latest.
In Washington, a tale of 2 investigations. For months, President Trump claimed the Mueller investigation was not only a witch hunt, but illegal. And now the Justice Department will open a criminal investigation to look into that probe. It's a shift for the department, which up until now had been conducting an administrative review. This move will allow the leading U.S. attorney to subpoena witnesses, seek a grand jury, and bring criminal charges.
Were other people at the highest levels of the DOJ and the FBI using that office and betraying the public trust to try to interfere in the 2016 election? Was there obstruction of justice? Was there destruction of evidence? I think we all have an interest in knowing that.
It comes as another investigation is heating up. President Trump entangled in an impeachment inquiry. Days after explosive testimony on Capitol Hill by the top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, Bill Taylor described in detail a quid pro quo pressure campaign that the president has repeatedly denied.
He's a never-Trumper. His lawyer's the head of the never-Trumpers.
The president aiming to discredit Taylor, who was a West Point graduate and Vietnam veteran and was appointed by Secretary of State Mike Pompeo.
Everybody makes mistakes. Mike Pompeo, everybody makes mistakes.
In his closed-door testimony, Taylor says the president demanded pressure be put on Ukraine to investigate discredited theories of 2016 election interference and Joe Biden and his son, and that millions in U.S. military aid would be frozen until that investigation was announced to the public. Democrats say it's the most shocking testimony they've heard yet. And House Democrats are not getting a break this weekend. They will hear from a State Department official tomorrow and at least 4 others next week. And they are continuing to build out their witness list, issuing 3 new subpoenas. Rachel Scott, ABC News, Washington.
Actress Felicity Huffman is a free woman tonight after serving time for her involvement in the college admissions cheating scandal. She served 11 days of an initial 14-day sentence. She got out early today because of a Bureau of Prisons rule that allows for early release when the original end date is set to happen over a weekend or holiday. Her scheduled release date was Sunday. In addition to time behind bars, she was ordered to pay a $30,000 fine, complete 250 hours of community service, and serve 1 year probation. She pled guilty to fraud and conspiracy after paying someone to correct and improve her daughter's SAT exam.
5:17 on a dry Friday evening. The talk is all about rain for Saturday. What will come with the rain? Wind gusts 30 to potentially 40 miles per hour. We'll say about 35. That rainfall range 1 to 3 inches. We may have some rumbles of thunder. Not expecting any severe storms. Temperatures slowly rising through the day and actually may peak as we get to tomorrow evening and before midnight tomorrow night. There's the solid gray of cloud cover without any showers now. We showed you they're sitting south of the Ohio River and stretch all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. Temperature in Peru is 53, 57 in Sullivan, 56 in Bedford. Everybody below average and within a degree or two of the mid-50s. Football tonight. We'll hear from Dave live coming up in the next half hour. Temperatures 56 at kickoff, 51 as games are coming to an end. And of course, the playoffs start tonight. Big night. Say hello to JoJo. We're featuring a cat. Yep. And he looks ready to go on this Friday evening.
I don't think he's so thrilled about a dog right there.
Yeah, that's probably in his face, right? JoJo will not like tomorrow. If cats don't like water, tomorrow won't be their day. But this evening is fine. Temperatures in the low 50s. You can send me your animal's picture at kevin.gregory@wrtv.com, and we'll be happy to take them for a walk during the forecast. 61 tomorrow afternoon. It may actually be a little warmer by midnight, and then lower 60s as we dry out on Sunday. Temperatures tomorrow struggle once the rain settles in to warm up much, but I think gradually climb. As far as that temperature trend, that's what I'm talking about by later tomorrow night. Rain a good bet just about any time during the day tomorrow. If you've got outdoor plans, they'll be altered as a result. 7 a.m., there's the rain to Indy, spreading to the north. The Boilers are playing at home tomorrow. Kickoff at noon. Ball State has a 2 o'clock game. You have to go and be prepared for your opponent to be the rain, so do what you need to stay dry, and it will be windy through the day. Look at the excessive rainfall, western Indiana, then into the evening hours, still ongoing. That will slowly push away, and we'll wake up to maybe a scattered shower on Sunday, but drying out. That wind will be strong through the day out of the east, gusting to 30 miles per hour or stronger. 7-day forecast as we look into next week. It does turn colder, much colder. Cold enough, could see a rain-snow mix Wednesday night and again on Halloween. Temperatures as we end the work week next week in the upper 40s. We've got a couple days there for 40s, the highs, and lows in the upper 20s. That is a transition. So the candy will not be melting in the kids' hands.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you might need to alter your weekend plans if there's a Hello Kitty van in your life where the Hello Kitty Cafe truck will be making a stop.
Airing Hoosiers only on RTV6.
Hello and a very good day to you. I'm Julie Grant with Court TV Live, and we're bringing you exclusive live coverage of a murder trial out of Wisconsin. The state has rested its case in chief against Ezra McCandless after offering 8.5 days of testimony. McCandless is accused of stabbing one of her lovers to death. She says it was in self-defense. The state says it was cold-blooded murder. Alex Woodworth was stabbed 16 times. His death was brutal. But did McCandless stab him to protect herself from a violent sexual assault? The state called friends and former lovers to testify against McCandless, including this man, Jason Mangle, who the state alleges is the reason behind the killing. They say McCandless wanted Alex Woodworth out of the way so she could win back Mangle's love. The end of the state's case came by playing interviews the police did with Ezra McCandless after Alex Woodworth's body was discovered. And then the defense called its first witness to the stand. They have promised that Ezra McCandless will take the stand and testify in her own defense. And you can count on Court TV for live coverage of every moment. I'm Julie Grant. Now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Julie. You can learn more about other cases around the nation right now at courttv.com. Is there a Hello Kitty fan in your house? Then a stop at the Hello Kitty Cafe truck might be a required addition to your Saturday plans. The themed truck will stop in Indianapolis tomorrow on its trip around the country. It features sweet treats including mini cakes, macaroons, and cookies. There's also Hello Kitty merchandise on sale. The truck is scheduled to park at Castleton Square Mall at the south entrance Circle Drive near JCPenney from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow. One important note, cash is not accepted for payment, but that looks super cute, so definitely try to get that in tomorrow if you can. All new at 6 p.m. an inside look at Indiana's economy, the challenges employers face when it comes to hiring, information that could help you land a job. But first on the Now Indy, John Mellencamp, larger than life, the mural taking shape in an Indiana small town. You're watching RTV6.